We never saw each other. And she started seeing other people, and I was doing my thing, the usual thing, having 8, 9 girls.
When she left him, that really sent him into a tailspin. He was really hurting, and it ended up ultimately costing him with the Lakers.
3 weeks before the '99 playoffs began, the Lakers cut Dennis loose.
That's the problem with being a bad boy. Whenever something goes wrong, we can pin it on you, because you're a bad boy.
Rodman's skills were declining, but he could still draw fans. So in the spring of 2000, Mavericks owner Mark Cuban brought him to Dallas to do just that.
Rebound, Rodman, yep, and a foul!
He wanted me to fill the stands. He wanted people to come to the game. And what perfect person to do that, to go get the clown.
Rodman, great effort.
Dennis came in, he did everything Mark said. All of a sudden, games are selling out, and Dennis is putting on a show, and he's sitting on the floor, and he's acting like, Dennis Rodman, the character.
Technical foul on Rodman. He's been thrown out. Holy cow. Is this what they mean by Dennis being Dennis?
Mark Cuban played him like a violin and then let him go.
I don't get it. I really don't get it. I mean, I get the short and stick every damn time, and I don't know, what am I doing wrong?
With no other offers from NBA teams, Dennis went home to Newport Beach, California. His professional reputation was in ruins, but the party was just getting started.
People are not going to give me the opportunity anymore because of who I am, so I'm just going to just enjoy my life. So I just drink, 4 times a week, 5 times a week, and it was that kind of deal.
Found a lot of guys that didn't have to go to work, and they didn't mind getting drunk at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Dennis's hedonistic lifestyle seemed glamorous when he was on top. Now it helped cloud the reality of his fading career.
I said, whatever, I'm just going to party, do this and that, screw all the girls like I always do, just whatever. And I was doing it.
1 year passes, another year passes, and Dennis falls into a situation where he is surrounded now by literally the lowest form of people alive. None of these people have a life. None of them have jobs. They're all feeding off of his money and spending his cash. And Dennis had to never been one to say no to anybody.
He's afraid that if he gets rid of them, now what do you have? Something is better than nothing.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
In the midst of all the partying, Dennis began a long-term relationship with Michelle Moyer, eventually fathering 2 children with her, a son DJ and a daughter Trinity.
In the beginning, it's something that draws you to him. He's like a magnet. He's got this really good soul.
She's a strong individual. She's cool. I mean, she knows my stuff, and she said, okay, great, we get together, have wild, crazy sex, and, take care of our kids. We all good. And she loves that.
We actually moved in with him to his beach home with the first child, and he continued to have the party, so I made a choice to kind of separate me and the kids from that. It was just a little too much.
Dennis and Michelle married in 2003, but continued living in separate houses.
I live here, she lives there, with the kids, so that's not nowhere near conventional. She accepts that, she understands that, girls and people want to be around me to party. They want to party and have a good time. People like that, and it's hard for a woman to be with me because of that.
It definitely takes a lot of strength. A lot of strength. In fact, sometimes I wonder where I get it. And I wonder if I'm going to continue to have it.
They're a strange but good couple. Any woman in the world that gets involved with him, unless she lives in Siberia, knows what Dennis is about. So she's accepted a lot more, helped him a lot more, and put up with more than most women would.
In the summer of 2003, Dennis announced an NBA comeback attempt, but he made little effort to get into shape.
Dennis, you're not going to practice at all this year?
Well, I didn't do it all last year, so what's the difference?
Why should you start right now?
Well, let's start now.
Or to curtail his drinking.
Beautiful.
Before he needed to become this social extrovert, now he needs it just to cope.
Actually told him, you're not going to live another year or two because something's going to happen to you, whether it's a car accident or liver damage, or nobody can possibly live their life this way.
You can tell somebody to do something, but 99% of the time they're not going to do it. So I just said I had to prove to myself and make myself understand that I got to do this myself.
He was not ready to stop at that point. And I wasn't ready to walk away at that point either.
Early one morning, after spending the night at a Las Vegas strip club, Dennis crashed a motorcycle into a concrete pillar. He was charged with driving under the influence. For those who had always stood by him, it was the last straw.
The motorcycle accident was about as much as we could take, all of us, his friends and family.
I sat and said, I can't change him. And I can't have him change for me or for his children. So at this point, I'm going to walk away.
We actually gave him an ultimatum, which was you either stop or we're done. I mean, I talked to Michelle, Darren talked to Michelle, she said she was done. I was done. Darren was quitting.
He had to make a choice. Either I'm going to lose it all, or I'm going to make a decision and try to do this.
He at that time agreed that he was going to take a alcohol inhibitor called Antabuse, which is a pill that if he takes it, he would get violently ill when he drinks. And he religiously